What's up, everybody? Starting out with my co-host, Axel Raxel, the one and only. He's moving around. He ain't trying to hear none of that. Man, I got something special for you guys today. I don't know. This guy's probably stealing these. If he is, it's out of my control. None of my business. I'm buying them on Facebook Marketplace from this random guy. And, man, I don't know if I'm getting scammed. I haven't tested one of them yet. And I've dealt with the guy 3 different times. I bought 2 SSDs each time. But, man, for the first time, they're 990 Pro Samsung 2 terabyte SSDs. The first time, I got them for 190, I think it was, for the first 2. And that one actually, one of them was a WD Black. Let me just show you all the inventory. A little update here. Axel in the way here, as usual. SSD drawer is looking fat right now. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is stuff I already had here. But, I mean, just for example, I got this on Amazon, one of the cheaper ones I could find. It's a 1 terabyte. I think I spent $60 on this. Maybe more. I just got these on Prime Day for $26 each. They're SATAs. I've got a couple motherboards that I'm going to kind of be forced to use a SATA. They don't have an M.2 slot on kind of some budget builds. I got a 1 terabyte that was thrown in, so I'm not going to have to use or buy SSDs for a while, man. I'm sitting pretty. I actually already have used this in the build, but it came with a transfer kit. I held on to that part. But yeah, man, we're sitting pretty right now. Sorry about the wobbly video. But yeah, first 2 I got were 190 for the WD Black and a 2 terabyte 990 Pro. Like this bad boy right here at the time, this was a couple months back, was going for like $229.99 plus tax. We'll say $250. Currently, today is October 28th, 2024. Currently, if you look on Amazon, I think they're discounted a little bit. They're going for $189.99 plus tax. So, I mean, we'll just say they're worth $200 a pop. If that's the case, this one's pretty close to the same. It's not quite as fast. These are all Gen 4 drives, too. They have the heat sinks on them as well. That kind of increases the price a little bit. Most of the builds I got going, I really don't need the heat sink, but I mean, I can take that off. I've already, it's just got a couple little screws. No big deal. You can just pop that off of there. But some of the more budget boards that don't have the heat sinks, that'll come in really handy because, guys, these drives are actually fast enough to where you do need the heat sink. They're 7,450 megabytes read and write per second. That's freaking snappy. Alright, so we got 200, 400, 600, 800, 1,000, 1,200, give or take. They're all brand new, never been used. The only reason they've been opened is me just confirming because they were so cheap that they were actually in the box. But, man, I mean, that's insane. Like, this is also for the giveaway going to allow me to put a 2 terabyte in that kid's computer that I'm going to give away for the Christmas giveaway, which is awesome because they'll never have to worry about upgrading the storage. 2 terabyte, in my opinion, that's plenty. As fast as these drives are, if you have decent internet, like if you do fill it up and you need to delete a game and download a different one, it's going to take no time because they're very fast drives. Man, I don't know, I got really lucky. Hopefully I haven't been scammed. I'll update you guys on that. Like I said, I've dealt with the guy 3 different times. The first time I got 2 for 190. The second time I got him down to 180. And then just yesterday I got 2 more for 175. And I've told the guy the first time that I'm always buying tech. Like, just reach out to me if he comes across any kind of tech. the dude didn't even really know a whole lot about what he had. Like, he knew the basics, but he said, man, he really wasn't tech savvy. I have no idea how he's coming across these. If he's got a buddy that works at a Best Buy or something, or he's freaking stealing them, I have no idea. You know, technically, none of my business. I'm buying them fair and square, you know. But, man, I mean, that's just super lucky. I just had to share my inventory update because this is awesome, you know. I've got 12 terabytes sitting in front of me. Plus, I have the 1 terabyte I just showed y'all, plus 2 more 500. So, 512 gigabyte SATAs. So, man, I'm not going to have to seek out any M.2s for a while or SATA drives. Like, I'm sitting pretty. That's one less thing I got to worry about. I've got plenty of motherboards, plenty of graphics cards. Like, we're kind of to the point where all we got to do is get to building, really. I could use a couple more power supplies, but other than that, man, we're set up pretty nice now. We're finally, I started doing this maybe a year ago, if that, maybe 8 months ago to a year. I started the channel 5 months ago, and I mean, you can kind of go back, like where I did, and watch my first video just to kind of see. And I keep a log of everything too, of all the different inventory I had in stock. And I kind of wanted to get to that point to where every time you get ready to build, you're like, man, I really wish I had this, or I wish I could use a different part in this build. And I've got cases galore. Got probably 5 or 6 cases right now. Not only that, but you know, the ultimate goal is to build the dream computer, you know, like with my profits. And man, like I said in the last video, I like doing it so much, that's why I'm just kind of gonna put it on hold and build a computer for the giveaway. I'm not gonna like rush and try to have 5 or 6 built for the holidays to list and sell like I was. I'm just gonna kind of take my time because I'm really enjoying the whole hunt and thrill of finding used hardware, or even just deals on Amazon and sites like that. But man, we're sitting pretty good right now. Good enough to where I still didn't touch the money that we had put back from the first 2 sales, so we're still sitting at 1,025. But on the Prime Day deals on Amazon Prime Day, I went ahead and copped my motherboard and my CPU. For, you know, and I already had my case. I'll probably end up using 3 or 4 of these drives for myself. I mean, if I ever do figure out the whole editing thing, then yeah, I probably, you know, will need 6 to 8 terabytes, just to, probably a little overkill, but whatever. But I got the ROG Strix Z90, Z790H, which is like the first Strix somewhat budget motherboard. Usually goes for $299.99. On Prime Day, I got it for $229.99. This is just a really sexy motherboard, like really nice. So I went ahead and got that while the Prime Day deal was going. And I'm an Intel fanboy. I can't help it. I'm already rocking a 12th gen i9 in my laptop, and mobile CPU, of course. But I'm definitely staying away from 13th and 14th gen. So I went ahead and to stay with Intel and to stay a little bit cheaper on this platform, but yet I still have DDR5 on my motherboard, I went ahead and got an i9 12900K. And I got it for $235, which I think this was like a $500 CPU when it first launched. And like I said, I'm already using it in my laptop. I know how it performs. I know there's no overheating issues like 13th and 14th gen. So, man, we're getting pretty close. Like, I've got all the storage I could possibly need. I've got the NZXT H9 Elite for my case. That was the first thing I bought for my build. I've got my CPU, my motherboard. Man, we're closing in on it. All I need is some fans, a power supply, and of course the big one, the graphics card. I hadn't quite yet decided what I'm going to do on that. I'm probably going to hold out till Black Friday, see what I can score on that. Kind of leaning towards a 4070 Ti Super or a 4080 Super. Don't think I'm going to shell out the money for a 4090. I don't play games that much anymore. I just can't justify spending $2,000 on a graphics card, especially when the 50 series is just right around the corner. But I don't know, man. I just had to share with you guys. I thought that was like one of the better deals I've ever come across on these SSDs. Again, I need to throw one in that build that I'm doing for the giveaway and make sure they actually work and they're not defective in some way, which that's kind of the gamble you take with hardware. Should I have probably tested the very first 2 I got before I went ahead and bought 4 more from the guy? Yeah, I probably should have, but I do have the safety net somewhat that, I mean, like I said, I opened these things myself. Like, they were brand new, sealed up, so I mean, I felt pretty safe that there was nothing wrong with them. The guy, did he do something shady to obtain them? I have no idea. That's kind of out of my hands. But either way, I just kind of want to do a little quick inventory update. And man, last week's video was like, I'm not gonna lie, I've been doing this for 5 months now. I try to put out a video every week, which I've been pretty consistent with. And I had 13 subscribers when I dropped last week's video, and now I'm up to 41 or 42 last time I checked. Like, my subscriber count tripled in just a matter of a few days, and the feedback and comments and everything I got on that video was just like nothing but love, and man, I really appreciate it. You know, I was getting a little discouraged there. I was trying to keep the pace, putting out a video a week, thinking eventually I'll resonate with somebody, and you know, somebody will like the channel, considering I don't do a lot of editing. I know there's a ton of great tech content out there. I even made a video about like who better to watch, you know, because there's a ton of good tech content creators that I watch myself, and I just kind of was documenting my journey for anybody that cared to, you know, watch, and you know, whoever wants to reach out and comment or whatever and let me know what you think about like what we should do next on the channel, any ideas or what I'm doing wrong, you know, negative or positive. Any feedback is, you know, encouraged and accepted. But again, I can't thank you guys enough. I really appreciate all the love I got on the last video. It really gave me a big morale boost and made me want to for sure continue with the channel and try to do better for you guys and figure out the editing thing, make better content without just putting out a video just to put out a video when it's not really great content every week. Actually, the next video I have, I got an old laptop from my mom. It's a Sony Vaio, or however you say it. This thing, as you can see, is pretty old. I think it dropped in 2009, 2010. You see where you got the drop slots where you can access the RAM easy. The battery quick releases out. Like, this was from an era where they actually intended for you to be able to work on these things. It just needs a little TLC and a good cleanup. It does boot, but it's kind of stuck in a boot cycle. Like, I don't know what that's about. I'm just gonna, it's Windows 7. But after a good cleanup, I mean, the build quality of this thing, and they don't make them anymore. I just thought it'd be kind of a fun project, throw on the channel. I'm gonna try to put a new drive in there and maybe put Windows 10 on it if I can. Clean it up some, try to keep it from being e-waste. But I don't know, I think that'll be an interesting little project as well, as if I don't have enough going on already. But anyway, that's all I got for this week. I'll probably throw another video out as soon as I can. Appreciate you guys watching. Peace.